Okay, good morning. So, I'm going to connect a few dots right now. They all happened within the last week. Well, 10 days, I'm going to say. And it helps on the idea I was talking about a few weeks back in one of my videos where I'm pretty sure when I first did a cover on this, when they were first talking about it, they're going to start rolling out the pandemic soon again, another one. Like, it sounds stupid to say because I know there's been so many false flags for it, but like, there's a lot of weird shit going on. So just watch this and see where it goes.
Officials in the U.S. tonight are monitoring a deadly virus that is spreading overseas. Airports in the Southeast Asia are now heightening their airport screenings. Raf Sanchez is following this from London for us. And Raf, what more do we know?
So, Tom, airports across the region are stepping up their screening for what's known as the Nipah virus. This is a far more deadly virus than COVID. It has a fatality rate of between 40 and 75%, according to the World Health Organization. Now, it's usually carried by fruit bats and human-to-human.
See, they're doing the pangolin thing right now. See what I'm talking about? They already magically know what animal it comes from and stuff and all this crazy stuff. Why is that, you wonder? Let's keep watching.
Human transmission seems to be rare, but there is no vaccine at this point, which is why these
seems to be rare. We need to roll out a new vaccine, right? Isn't this funny? This is exactly what happened. Like, right before I went into my coma thing, and then 6 months after that happened COVID, like the actual lockdowns, and the lockdowns happened for what, 2.5 years, 3 years almost.
Cases in India are being taken so seriously. The Indian Ministry of Health says it's been doing contact tracing.
It's exactly what happened the last time around. They started telling us in China they were doing their bodies piling up, and we ignored it over here because they barely reported. They reported on it, and like I said, it's like background news because if this was like a legitimate thing, it would have been like more, played up.
And it believes the virus is contained, and the CDC says it is monitoring the situation and it stands ready to assist if needed. Tom.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news.
So you got the Nipah virus, okay? Nipah. Okay, hold up. Okay, so this happened 4 days ago.
The FBI and Las Vegas police raided what they're calling a suspected homemade biological laboratory. And now we're learning this could be connected to a similar incident in California. Let's go live to CBS News correspondent Chanel Call. She's in the newsroom for us today. And Chanel, what can you tell us about these raids and how investigators are connecting them?
What is that background piece? It's not funny, but...
Well, Muga, good to see you and good morning to you. So we have this video that was released to us by Las Vegas Metro Police this weekend, and it essentially shows how and when this all unfolded. This happened early Saturday morning at about 6 a.m. And what you're looking at here is police on this scene. There were multiple different agencies that showed up as part of this operation. There was the FBI, there was hazmat crews, there was a SWAT team there, and they...
There was a show in Pony. There was a pony show. So, I probably see where I'm going with this. Like, so magically, there's a Nipah virus that's going around, and now they're finding labs. If I was to make paranoia and delusion into people's minds, this would be the way I release the information. And I would make it, like, if I was going to have, like, oh, this magical virus that's killing everybody or some shit that's released, it's from Chinese spy labs, biolabs in Las Vegas.
They converged on this home. They say
they've arrested one person. And
they also say inside Mugo, they found a possible biological lab. Here's more from the sheriff.
Our teams went inside and found evidence of possible biological material, including refrigerators with vials containing unknown liquids. There's a lot of...
It's a lot of fucking vague. It's a lot of fucking vague for a lot of dumb people filling voids. As far as you know, it could just been a bunch of stool samples and a fucking thing, and this guy's like just an under the table doctor when no one's around, or something fucked up. Like, I'm not trying to validate anything that's going on, but I'm just putting it out there. This doesn't sound typical, normal, or even for the idea of what it is supposed to be. It doesn't sound like it's the normal rigmarole. This is fucking retarded to believe this. But like I'm saying, they're trying to gear it up for what? I give it till June. They're gonna probably really start trying to do something about this. It's about 6 months out from when they started doing all this the last time, and this is when they started doing it. This was the beginning things so they could point to it later.
Of questions that
we tried to warn you. Now look, there's people dying. A 70% kill rate. You would fucking know people are dying. You would fucking know it. That's 3/4 of people dying. Like, no, bro. How that shit works.
The work that is ahead of us that needs to be
That's
done.
like literally everybody around you is dying. If you actually go back and you think about how the vaccines were supposed to actually work in the conspiratorial sense, 20% of people, they want everybody dead. They want the world's population down to like 500 million. So like the virus, the shots were a great way to drop everybody slowly. Get that shit.
We have one suspect who I was informed that we were taking him into custody as we were walking in here. We're not prepared to release any information on that.
And Muga, authorities also say that they searched a second Las Vegas home about a block away from that first.
Okay, so I found the thing with the cop talking with Sal Vagey. 26 minutes. What did you got to talk about for 26 minutes? I'm not going to stay here the whole fucking time for this. Fuck that. Skim.
Christopher Delzato and the Clark County Fire Chief, Billy Samuels.
Hey, baby, what?
You'll hear from all three of us. I want to provide a more detailed update and walk you through how this investigation unfolded. Just a little over a week ago, LVMPD received limited information indicating that laboratory equipment and potentially hazardous materials were being stored at a residence in the northeast part of
like the way he's describing a biolab sounds like he's describing a meth lab found in someone's like garage.
Our town. As our investigation progressed, we determined that the home was owned by the same individual connected to a prior illegal biolab investigation in Reedley, California that occurred in 2023. The nature of that earlier investigation raised significant concern for what we might encounter in this new case. In Reedley,
see how they're connecting dots that aren't really even connected, and they're trying to say they're connected. I want to hear or see proof that why they're connected to each other, because like they keep finding these biolabs everywhere. They're called clandestine labs. I don't believe they're the thing they're saying, because first off, I don't believe in biology the way they say it is. Like I believe you can put like fucking what's that shit called? Not detrotoxin. Fucking shit. They put it in your lips and shit. You make that and fucking kill more people. Fucking make phenol gas. Viruses don't kill people, and nor do they like cripple a country. You know what cripples people? Turning up infrastructure. And China's doing really good at killing our infrastructure. They don't need to fucking biolab us. They don't need to waste your time. They're doing pretty well to selling us fentanyl. Like, what the fuck? This is a pretty hard sell.
Investigators reportedly discovered an illegal biolab containing materials.
By that, I mean like another pandemic thing, like the whole shutdowns and shit. We can't allow that. If we go into a shutdown, that will end all of fiat currency, and that will bring in that new world order, that digital currency, because it will cripple our country more than the last one did. Because we can't come back from another one. We can't. No one could. No country can.
Possibly associated with a range of infectious diseases, including hepatitis, COVID, HIV, malaria, and other potentially dangerous pathogens. While it is unknown whether similar materials were present here at the Las Vegas residence, the possibility required us to proceed with extreme caution. Because of these concerns, LVMPD's counterterrorism section and our armored task force, in partnership with the FBI, immediately initiated a joint investigation.
Got employed? Wait, hold on, what are you saying?
Required us to proceed with extreme caution. Because of these concerns, LVMPD's counterterrorism section and our armored task force, in partnership with the FBI, immediately initiated a joint investigation and began developing detailed operational plans to address this potential threat. Out of an abundance of caution, extensive preparations were made. Resources were mobilized from across Clark County, the city of Las Vegas, as well as our other state and federal partners, to include some from outside of our region, to ensure that this operation could be conducted safely. The main suspect in this case, who you're going to see a photograph on the screen next to me here in just a second, is the owner of the house on Sugar Springs Drive.
Is that really the image they give us?
Custody on charges related to the investigation of the biolab in Reedley.
I wonder what blackmail they had on him that could be cooking up fucking Chinese fucking ghetto meth. Ghetto meth. Fucking bioslop.
California in 2023.
Yaba.
I'm sorry.
Yaba's Chinese meth.
So that's not the main suspect. This is the main suspect in the
technically it's caffeine meth.
California.
Ori case. Solomon. That sounds kind of his features too. He looks like he's just kind of like, you know, half and half of something and, you know, a certain something. I'm not going to say it aloud in this right now, but Sullivan.
Primary suspect we arrested, however, is
Ori Sullivan.
Mr. Ori Solomon.
Does that sound like a Chinese spy kind of name? Sounds like he has a shit some other, but like okay.
He's 55 years old, and his initial charge was a charge of disposing and discharging hazardous waste.
What the fuck am I pronouncing?
Solomon is believed to be the property manager for both houses on Sugar Springs and Temple View. As previously briefed, the first phase of this operation began early Saturday morning. You're going to start to see a number of images.
He's going to paint a photo and give you this, like, yeah, you're showing us evidence. That makes sense. They're going to do that in an active case. They're going to show you all the evidence during an active case. Lies.
From
complete lies. They can't. Legally, they cannot do this. So that's why it's all. What the fuck is this? It's the body cam footage. What? How tall is this dude? He's like 6 feet tall.
Sugar Springs Drive.
Or is this supposed to be a drone?
There were 3 individuals inside of that home. Each had independently
6 feet tall. Like he has it on his top of his pumpkin. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's way off the ground. Oh, okay. They're supposed to.
And at this time,
hold on. Why, if they know it's a bio thing, why aren't any of the people that are gonna raid the place wearing bio suits? Like, you're gonna do a hazmat terrorist like pickup, and you're not gonna wear anything hazmat-y? You're just gonna risk contamination?
Not involved in this investigation.
They could be making like sarin gas in there. You don't fucking know. You gotta go in there with no gas mask or anything. They just go in there with the M99s, bro. That's enough. Wow, that is set dressing as fuck. They put them all with the M99 masks and shit, like the doctor's masks, and they're just having them sit outside. That's not gonna be enough if there's actual like contamination in there. They know it. Like, what the fuck? They're a terrorist fucking terrorist combatant fucking group. They totally know that you're not supposed to. They have the blue gloves on too. What is this? This is not like the kind of bust they're telling us it is. It's like a meth lab. Like a meth lab. Not even a meth lab. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to go in with all that shit. Or at least like a gas mask on.
The potential
with the mean hardcore painter's masks with the filters and shit.
The search warrant was authored by LVMPD's counterterrorism section, and our multi-agency teams began preparing to deploy to the scene. To safely manage the risk, a layered use of technology, as you see here to my left, was employed throughout.
Oh, so I was right. It was a drone. But like, who's filming this drone? Is there another drone filming the drone? Like, what are these shots? Like, he was told he's given a script. He has to read the script, and the script is this. I don't even know how to.
About this operation.
Who's filming the fucking drone?
Drones were deployed from the onset.
What the fuck?
A real-time aerial and situational awareness.
They don't even have. That car is the only one with like lights on it. That one doesn't have lights like that on there. Which with these like set dressing and the quality of everything's grainy as fuck, and it's on my computer.
SWAT secured the residence. Drone feeds were monitored remotely.
You're gonna tell me they sent a drone into a door? That means they had to open the front door. That's not how that works. They wouldn't send a drone into the house.
Allowing commanders to assess conditions, adjust tactics, and limit officer exposure in real time.
No, we're gonna send in the thing that blows air around. For something that's probably airborne, if it's supposed to be a virology thing, viruses and stuff, bioweaponry. You're gonna put a thing that blows air around, not something that's on like a tread that goes in like a little gopher.
We also employed our robot dog. Before we entered the room, the tactical.
That's them showing up the tech. We're gonna be just like China. They were in China was rolling those out, and we thought it was dystopian. Oh, we're gonna use those to raid people's houses, though.
Deployed to clear the interior and conduct initial.
Why would you even bring the drone near that? Like I just said, it's more of a contaminator than it is anything. You send that robot in the whole. It's theater. It is complete fucking theater.
Air sampling. The robot can open doors, navigate stairs, and transmit video in real time, allowing officers to assess the conditions before entering a dangerous environment. Once this residence was cleared,
circle jerking.
LVMPD's Armor team entered the scene. Armor, for those of you that don't know, is our all-hazard regional multi-agency operations and response unit. They do all of the gamut of the CBRNE. Wearing protective equipment, including respirators, the team drilled a small access point into the interior door leading to the garage and inserted a probe to assess air quality. A pinhole camera was also deployed, transmitting live video to the command post.
It looks like a crib.
Watch Operations Center here at headquarters.
This doesn't look like a lab. There's like one table, but there's like a crib over there. What the fuck is that?
A freezer and other laboratory type equipment.
Other laboratory type, it's a steel table. It looks like, what?
Containing unknown liquid substances. These items,
very vague.
Importantly, were consistent in appearance to the items found and described in the Reedley, California lab investigation.
After calling bullshit.
Assessments were completed, the Armor team escorted FBI scientists.
So who's filming now? Is this body cam footage, or is he holding an actual camera while walking through the fucking house?
Investigators observed one refrigerator that
doesn't look like body cam footage. It's not like a body cam on them.
Plastic wrap, along with the freezer that was plugged in and running. You'll see some of that in that video.
First off, why would they open up a cooler like that with anyone? They would never open up a cooler with people. Never. They put TNT in those fucking things so they blow up on you. Especially if they have it set up like this. It's just an actual like spy lab thing. They would totally have that shit booby trapped. What the fuck? No. They would. First off, the government wouldn't just open up random coolers like that. They know better. They know that's a thing that people do. Fucking retarded. They would have sent the dog down here to do this, not this guy doing it.
When the refrigerator and freezer were opened, our investigators identified
this is making me angry. How fucking
material,
fake this is.
including various vials and storage containers with liquids of different colors and compositions. Additional containers.
They could be isolating plasma for all you know. Fucking do it. Look at that urine up there. Looks like urine. Or that's actual plasma, like I said too. It's like a yellowy color like that.
With materials that had not been identified, that have not been yet identified, and still require careful assessment.
They would be better off if they really wanted to fucking do something to fuck up a whole mass do. Instead of doing a bio, they spray fungus on everything, and like everybody would develop lung infections and shit. Like fucked up. There's a couple of things. There's a bunch of things they can always do, but this is not how they would do it.
Some items appeared consistent with biological and chemical storage, which necessitated additional
biological and chemical. They put it in a fucking fridge. It's a normal fridge. Probably set to like 6 for the cold setting.
Precautions. The operation required multiple, carefully controlled entries into potentially contaminated areas, and each entry involved strict safety protocols and extensive decontamination procedures for personnel. And we also have to decontaminate all of the equipment each time it comes out and goes back in. As a result, the operation was conducted in a slow, methodical manner. To maximize safety and visibility, large-scale evidence collection was prioritized during daylight hours on Sunday, while additional investigative work and coordination continued overnight. Evidence collection was completed at approximately 6:30.
I just don't. I'm not even gonna bother feeding it. It's just repeating itself. But you get what I was getting with this, though, right? This is all going to set up everything for what's going on. I give it 6 months, maybe 8 months. They're gonna try doing some shit or bring this back up. Like, this is only within like 10 days. They're doing this back to back, and all this shit's happening. That's called priming. So like they're getting it ready for the masses for at least a 6 month period to 5 months, maybe even shorter. I don't want it to be that, but like we all got to put our foot down. Like no. But that's the thing, though. My theory is it's why they're putting ICE in every state. They get a National Guard all set up in all new buildings. They got the trains set up, and they got people. The cars are going to shit, so we're all gonna be funneled into trains into giant FEMA camps or some shit crazy because they all go there because the Amtraks go to them. So like, they corral us all into these little quarantine zones, saying that you are all dying and there's a deadly disease this time. Remember, they told us the last time it was 90% success. Everybody was dying around us. There was no one dying. It was just old people. Old people dying and some people getting sick, and then people getting told they have this crazy virus, so they get extra sick. Like there's a bunch of hearsay. There's some people like, all the symptoms they described. Like I was with someone at a place last night, and someone said they're like, look into microwave radiation sickness. Those are all the same things. Hair rolling out, rashes, fucking blotching skin, lack of taste, headaches, fatigue, muscle aches. All that shit's not because of like, exposure to some foods and stuff because we're eating like shit, but like a lot of it sounds like high microwave radiation interference. Because you are a giant, salt battery. Like, so, magnetism, fucking with your shit, screwed up your frequency. You gotta fuck with your shit. I believe that's why a lot of people even lose their hair and shit. Like, when I first lost my shit from the coma and stuff, my hair was in patches everywhere. Like, I looked like I had to, like, do a fuck ton of stuff and eat extra, like, certain vitamins just so my shit would be, like, on the sides right. I looked like a fucking madman. It was just, like, patches everywhere. Yeah, that was shitty. Yeah, but I feel like it has something to do with, like, because everything coincides with them turning on the 5G. And the way 5G works is it pulses, and they pulse a bunch of times. So if you were to hit mold or fungus, like I did this in a video already, mold and fungus in a 60-minute window, yes, it will kill it. It'll kill most anything in 60 minutes. But if you go in the 30-minute range and below, they thrive in it. They do great. They start to grow and produce and actually sometimes mutate into other things. Once they turn that on, your lungs are giant, like a giant petri dish. There's like some kind of mild infection, and then there's like it's being manipulated by high intensity fucking microwaves, which say like 5 gigahertz and higher. It's going to cause some manipulation, especially when you think you're not being exposed to it all the time. It's coming at you, like it's not directly all the time, so you're just getting bombarded with it like this. So it's going to cause health issues in people, and you don't even realize it. They're going to tell you, oh, why do you have an unknown strain? It's only an unknown strain because it basically became cancerous of its own self and became a different thing because you bombarded it. You irradiated the fungus, and it loved it. Like, whatever. Just keep your eyes open, guys. I just made another video on this so you guys can just know that they've found a biolab now, which that's a priming event to go with the other thing before, which I pointed out. We're all fucking cooked. You're gonna believe anything that came out of this fucking dumbass's mouth. They're fucking stupid too for it. God bless. Have a good day.